And we're back with the PlayStation Livecast. We're joined here today by Dave Lang, CEO of Iron Galaxy.
Correct.
And Chris Cuspis, Editor-in-Chief of PSN Stores, who just won the PlayStation Dive Kick tournament that we just had downstairs. What a tournament, guys. Chris, this was an incredible win.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your strategy going into this tournament.
Basically, the strategy was pick Dr. Scholes because I like the way that she can hover around and also change her directory when she's in flight. Plus, it doesn't seem that a lot of people are really anxious to try to get you real quick, so you can kind of hover up there for a little bit and wait.
Okay.
So that was my main goal going in. I just started playing yesterday for like one time, and today I played a couple times. So I guess I was in the lab for a little bit, got a little bit ready. So
this is an impressive win because Jeff picked Kick, I think, right?
Yeah.
And Kick is a horrible matchup for Scholes. So he did that on purpose, I'm sure. Did you pick first, I bet?
I think I did, yeah.
Yeah, so he counterpicked and still got bodied. So.
Yeah, you took out Jeff Gersman. This guy is known in the industry for being good at this game.
He's played it multiple times too, so.
Yeah.
He's also kind of known for being a choker, though. So it's like those two things play, the experience and the choke factor. Today the choke factor won.
Well, he almost got frauded, but he did make it out, yeah.
Okay, so for the uninitiated, Dave, can you give us a rundown of Dive Kick? Like, what is this game? What's the big deal? Why is this such a big deal at E3 this year? Oh, hi.
What are your notes?
Oh, wow.
Wow, that is an elaborate retelling of what happened on stage.
Right, we'll take a look at those later.
All right.
So Dive Kick, what is this game? Why is everybody so pumped up about Dive Kick?
I think what people love about Dive Kick is everyone has played a fighting game at some point in their life, right? But over the years, they've just gotten more complicated, more complex, and people don't have the time to kind of learn like, oh, first I do a 720 on the stick and then 3 buttons at once to do a punch or whatever, right? So people can kind of like get to the fundamentals of what makes fighting games awesome, the competition, the spacing, the mind games, without having to learn all these controls first. They can just kind of get in there, start playing, and learn by doing. So.
Cool. Let's talk a little bit more about the different characters. Obviously, you're a Dr. Scholes fan.
Yes, of course.
And Jeff Gersman was playing Kick. Who are some of the other characters? We saw some familiar faces down there today.
Yeah, we've got Seth Killian, the guy who was doing the commentary during the match. He's the final boss in the story mode. He's kind of a cool character. He's got a double jump, he can teleport, lots of fun stuff with him. We've got Mark Mann, who we also saw in the tournament. He is Mad Catz community manager and just all-around great guy. And the fighting game community is known for just doing amazing things for people and players, and so we wanted to get him there and reflect that. We've also got some of the, like Dive. We saw Dive. We saw Jafali, who's based on Alex Jabali
he's great.
In Orlando. Yeah. I think about it, it's a very true-to-life character. The first time I met Jabali in real life, like literally, he'd been having a good day, and so his head was this. He didn't have the neck strength to keep it up. It was like tilting over, and it was quite the sight. So yeah, true to form.
So let's talk a little more about Jafali. Okay. This character, if you can pull off a win with Jafali, you get some props, because every time you win a match with this guy, his head literally inflates until if you get 4 wins, he's just hobbling along and you can barely even move with this guy. Have you seen many people like take wins home with him?
At the last big tournament we did in Chicago, one guy got really far with him, because he's really good for the first 3 points, then his head gets past that tipping point and it turns into a huge liability. But what this guy figured out to do is just like dive kick frequently and make a wall that you can't get through, right? And then he just waits for you to get over aggressive and punishes them. The guy did really good with it.
He has the shooting out move too if he has the kick.
Yeah. So he can charge up kicks too. The longer you hold down the kick button, the farther out he goes. And if he can manage to get his kick factor, you don't have to charge it up anymore. So he basically goes full screen with his kick just by tapping.
Oh wow!
So it's Jafali you have to play to get kick factor.
Cool. So you mentioned story mode.
Yeah.
Let's back up and talk about that, because I mean, based on what we just saw, story mode doesn't seem like something one would expect in Dive Kick.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of fun with fighting game tropes and traditions in Dive Kick. We like to basically poke fun at everything there is about fighting games. It's done out of love because we love the genre. And so, you look at all the story modes of games like Mortal Kombat or Tekken or Street Fighter, and they're ridiculous. They're like the dumbest things in the history of the world, right? And so we said, you know what? I think we can do dumber. And so we basically have a traditional kind of arcade ladder where you fight people one at a time, get bits of story, and you're rewarded with cutscenes as you play through. And it is capital D dumb. So yeah.
In the best possible way.
In the best possible way, yeah.
So I saw Dive Kick, what was it, about a year ago or so at EVO, when it was very conceptual.
Yeah.
And it was like Dive Kick and maybe 2 other characters.
Yeah, that was before we were working on it. That was just when Adam was prototyping it with his friends at his house.
Yeah.
And he brought it to EVO and UFGT, and the fighting game community instantly fell in love with it, because it's like fundamentally like the game is all about distilling those games to like just the raw fundamentals. And
Yeah.
so like if you're good at Street Fighter 4, if you're good at Tekken or whatever, you can instantly step in and be good at dive kick because those skills just transfer in. And so we got involved in it a little bit after there. Once I played it, I fell in love with it. I knew we wanted to work on it with them. And so we just kind of like worked with them to get it in Iron Galaxy and been working on it since.
Right on. What's it like to see this game that, as we mentioned at EVO, was very prototyped? What's it like to be doing this now?
Dude, it's amazing. Like this event was so cool, and
Yeah.
just anytime anything like this happens, it's really humbling because like it's kind of this game's a hard sell in a lot of ways. So you're trying to like, no, you don't need the joystick. It's just 2 buttons, and
Yeah.
we're gonna have this super competitive fighting game that is actually a really good game with just 2 buttons. And we were just worried that no one would get it, that no one would appreciate it, even though we loved it. And to be rewarded with this and see everyone get it and it clicks with people, it's really super great.
Yeah, the easiest part is so simple to pick up and play because there's only just the 2 buttons.
Yeah, yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah, totally. You can grab anybody and say, yeah, just figure it out.
1, 2,
Yeah.
there you go. Jump, dive, and kick.
So let's talk about the controllers that you were using down there. I've asked you this every time I've seen you at an event. I'm going to ask again. Are you guys looking at being able to get these into players' hands?
Yeah, we are. So Hitbox made those for us. Those are kind of like original prototypes. They're just not a huge organization that can build the number of sticks we want. So we're in talks with all the regular suspects, Mad Cats, whoever you think. We're also at the Mad Cats booth if anyone's here and wants to check out the PC version. And so we're still talking about it and have not come to any conclusions yet. But obviously it's something we really, really want to do. Because I think like the difference between like fighting game players will play it no matter what. A lot of the more casual fans only give it a chance because of the controller, right?
Yeah.
And I want them all to play it and love it. And so yeah, we're yeah.
Cool. Well, I know a lot of people are really excited to get their hands on Dive Kick and see what the fuss is about for themselves. When will players be able to play Dive Kick? Have you guys locked down a date yet?
We've not locked down a date yet. It'll be very soon. They won't have to wait much longer.
Very soon.
Yeah.
Awesome. Any last things, last tidbits that you want to add? Anything you're especially proud of in the game?
Dude, there's tons of things I'm proud of, but I'd like to just thank PlayStation for having us here, having us on the show floor, doing all this awesome stuff to promote Dive Kick. Like, we love PlayStation. We love the chance you gave us to be on your platform. And I'm just super excited about how everything turned out. So thank you.
Awesome. Oh, it's our genuine pleasure. Trust us, we're all huge fans of the game.
Yeah.
So looks like that about wraps it up for Dive Kick. Chris, Dave, Dr. Scholes, thank you all for joining us. Next up, we're going to look at Planet Side 2.
I'm ready to go when you are.
Roll them out.
All right, let's roll.
We are going to be moving out in 45 seconds. Let's get to the ground.
Platoon 2, head towards your platoon waypoint.
5 minutes until freedom fries rain over Crux headquarters.
Yummy.
Nice job on that quick loadout. Move out to squad waypoint.
Alrighty, platoon 2, grab some armor.
Reaver trying to attack our Sunday.
Command, this is Air. Enemy liberators dispatched.
It needs a shock and awe.
Oh, it's about to hit a lot busier and I'm
Moving out in 5,
Alright, roger that.
3, 2, 1. Move. Go, go, go.
Drop your shield and fire!
Hit Sungream Station from the south side.
Roger that. Better positions. Keep moving into better positions.
Airstrike now, go.
Command, this is Shadow 3. We've taken Iraq's comms.
Airwing, this is Command. I need you to clear spawns at Bastion.
Request airstrike at G73.
Platoon 2, I need you guys there now.
Copy that. Be advised, Command, your wife is a terrible driver, so we're kind of slow.
All sections, we have the numbers at the ascent. Just be very aggressive. Get in there. Toss grenades, everything you got. This has been a pretty epic fight.